Selecting the board. Yeah. This root cap. Root cap means this is root cap. Root cap is a thimble-like thimble means pad-like protective structure that protects tender apex or tip of root. Tender apex or tip of root. It's a thimble-like. This root cap has some functions. The root cap, number one, I said it protects tender means very young, tender apex or tip of root. This is one important function. Number two, it makes its way through the soil. It makes its way through the soil. That means helps the root to penetrate into deeper layers of soil. That is the meaning of this statement. Deeper layers of the soil. Protects tender apex or tip of the root. It makes its way through the soil. That means helps the root to penetrate or to insert deeper layers of the soil. Who is this from 1 to D? What is your name, Mr. Someone? What is your name? Keep your names to Zoom app, man. You are keeping so vulgar and so horrible names. I have very clearly written here, thimble means pad-like. Pad-like. Avantika Reddy? Avantika is a girl name, man. So, have you completed? Tip of the root is protected by stem. Who is that man? Who is this fellow? How can a tip of root is protected by stem? Who is this fellow? I want to see. Varaga MR. What is his name, man? Root cap is like acronym of these comparing with so many things. What is your name, man? Varaga MR. What is your complete name? Write your name to Jumap, Mr. Sai. It is not like sperm and all. Don't compare with those. Yeah, they want to waste my time. That is right. Root hair will not have a root cap. Wait for some time, you will understand what is root hair. You are not finding the difference between root and root hair. I will tell you. Wait for some time. First, copy this. Shall I clean the board now? Shall I clean the board? Say yes or no. Somebody is saying no. Still, what are you doing? Just like for writing 4 lines, how much time you want? I think you people are just wasting time looking somewhere and giving unnecessary messages. I'll close the chat box. That is the best thing. Don't give any messages. Don't talk to anything. Like don't ask me any doubt until I complete the discussion. I'll give you the time at the end. Unless otherwise I ask you to respond, don't give any response and don't ask me any doubt during the discussion. Okay. Now, this root cap is generally present in terrestrial plants. Generally present in terrestrial plants means generally absent in hydrophytes. But exceptionally amphibious hydrophytes have root caps. Amphibious hydrophytes have root caps. Root cap is generally present in terrestrial plants, but absent in hydrophytes. It is generally absent. Root cap is present in hydrophytes, right, like this. Present in terrestrial plants, but generally absent in hydrophytes. However, exceptionally you can see in amphibious hydrophytes. What are amphibious hydrophytes? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me what are amphibious hydrophytes? Icornia is not amphibious. Bryophyte is not amphibious. Bryophyte amphibious is different. Sorry. Which can both land. It is not like frog, man. It is not like frog. Let me explain. Amphibious hydrophyte means, which grow in shallow water. You are right. Amphibious hydrophyte means they, please stop giving messages. Stop giving messages. Amphibious hydrophyte means a part of stem is submerged in the water. Say this is the stem. This part is submerged in the water. This part is aerial. Aerial means exposing to air. This part is submerged. A part of stem is submerged in the water. A part is exposed to air. Such kind of plants are called amphibious. Understood? Such plants are called amphibious. Lotus is not an amphibious plant. Just I'll be giving two examples. I think you may not be seeing that examples. Not very common. You can see only near the water bodies. Typha is one amphibious plant. Typha. Typha. Ranunculus. Limnophila. Etc. These are amphibious hydrophytes. In such amphibious hydrophytes, except this, don't give. Don't ask any other example. Pistia, all these are not amphibious. Don't ask any other example. Only remember these three. You can find it nearer the water bodies. So these are amphibious hydrophytes, and this root cap is made with a special tissue called calyptrogen. Calyptrogen. It is a tissue. It is a type of tissue. Hence, root cap is also called calyptra. The other name of root cap is calyptra. Calyptra. C-A-L-Y-P-T-R-A. Calyptra. Tissue is called calyptrogen. C-A-L-Y-P-T-R-O-G-N. The tissue present in root cap is called calyptrogen. Ask it. She will tell you how it got the name. First, listen to me, man. Don't give any messages. I said, I'll kick you out from the classroom. What is your name? What is your name? You are disturbing the class like anything. First, listen to the class I said. First, listen to what I'm explaining. Then you can ask me doubts. Shiru. Because it secretes a waxy substance. It secretes a waxy substance that helps the root to penetrate to the soil. The root to penetrate into the soil. That is why it is called calyptrogen. Got it, Mr. Chiru? Hello? I said don't ask any doubt while I'm explaining. Wait till completion of my explanation. After completion, then you can put it out. From here onwards, if anybody asks any unnecessary doubt, just I'll send you out from the classroom. First, listen to the class. What I'm explaining, first try to listen. Try to understand. Then you go for analyzing the things. This I am telling you for many times. Have you copied this? Shall I clean the board? Okay. And the most important thing is, some hydrophytes like Pistia and Eichhornia. These are free floating hydrophytes. Have root pockets instead of root caps. There is a difference between root cap and root pocket. I'll tell you what is the difference. First, write down. So I said some hydrophytes like Pistia and Eichhornia, they have root pockets instead of root caps. They don't have root cap. They have root pocket. The tip is covered by root pocket. There is a difference between root cap and root pocket. I will tell you the difference. First, write down this information. Is it completed? Yeah. Now, let us see the difference between root cap and root pocket. Root pocket. See, as I said, root caps are seen with the terrestrial plants. Present around the tip of root in terrestrial plants. Tip of roots of some hydrophytes, free floating hydrophytes, not all, free floating hydrophytes. Covered by root pocket. I said root cap is made with calyptrogen tissue. Whereas root pocket is made with Aerenchima, Aerenchima, Aerenchima. This is also called spongy parenchyma. Spongy parenchyma. That means it is the tissue with large intercellular spaces. Filled with gases, because hydrophytes need lot of gases because they don't get oxygen in the water and they have to float in the water. And also they need oxygen for respiration. For that, oxygen is stored in parenchyma. Apart from that, if root cap is removed, a root can regenerate another root cap. Whereas, if root pocket is removed, a root cannot regenerate it. So I said it is found in terrestrial plants, in some hydrophytes. It is made with calyptogen tissue, but it is made with parenchyma. Pronunciation, parenchyma. Parenchyma is also called spongy parenchyma. That means a tissue with large intercellular spaces filled with gases. So these gases all helps in buoyancy. Buoyancy means floating of the plant. And if the root pocket is removed, a root cannot regenerate it. Whereas if root cap is removed, a root can regenerate it. Don't ask me why. It is its property. It is its property. It's its character. You are taking rice. Why? Because it is your property. Depending on starch is your property. That's all. Got it? Hello? Is it clear? Mr. Chiro? Where is that fellow Chiro? Is there or left the class? Shall I clean the board? Shall I clean the board? Okay. So do you have any doubts regarding this? Do you have any doubts regarding this? Okay. Then let me go to the next step. So this is about the root cap. Still I am in root cap only. From half an hour I am discussing root cap. See, you people are very slow, man. The second section people, it looks to be so better. They are going a little bit faster. And just above the root cap, few millimeters above the root cap, there is another zone called meristematic zone. So, few millimeters above the root cap is meristematic zone. So where is this meristematic zone is located? Meristematic zone is found proximal to root cap. Distal to elongation zone. Because next to the root cap is elongation zone. This is elongation zone. So its location is proximal to root cap, distal to elongation zone. And another important thing, root cap is found distal to meristematic zone. These things are very, very, very important, and you have to remember it carefully. Only if you practice it many times, you can remember them. Otherwise, it makes you to confuse in the examination. Proximal to elongation zone, proximal to root cap, distal to elongation zone. That is the location of meristematic zone. Apart from that, the meristematic zone is composed of thin-walled cells with dense protoplasm. Dense means heavy protoplasm. And the cells show active cell division. So if you observe the cells, they will be appearing like this. And they have a large nucleus, dense protoplasm without intercellular spaces. Intercellular spaces are absent. So the cells have large nucleus. Intercellular spaces are absent. Intercellular spaces are absent. I said don't put any question or any doubt while I am explaining. Again you are doing, I'll just put shut off. Can't understand. What you cannot understand here? I said meristematic cells, they are closely arranged without any intercellular space. And they have a large nucleus. And this large nucleus, along with that dense protoplasm, protoplasm is very dense, very thick. And cells shows active cell division, means this is the region where active cell division takes place. Meristematic region is the region where cell division occurs. Root cap do not undergo cell division. Only meristematic region alone undergoes cell division. Now is it completed? Yeah. Now one fellow is asking me whether they have cell organelles or not. Without cell organelles, how can it called as living? How can it survive? It has cell organelles. It has cell organelles. Let me tell what are the cell organelles. So if you see the meristematic cells, it has active cell division. That cell division in the root takes place only in this zone. Nowhere it takes place. Cell division takes place only in the meristematic zone. Only in the meristematic zone. And the cells possess more number of mitochondria, lysosomes, ribosomes, etc. But here, plastids are absent. There are no plastids. Large vacuoles are also absent. Large vacuoles are also absent in the cells. Ergastic substances. Ergastic means like excretory substances or reserved materials are absent. And apart from that, rate of respiration is high. As cell division only takes place, growth rate is slow. That is why it is called lag, LAG, lag phase. Why growth rate is slow? Because only cell division takes place here. Only cell division takes place. I'm repeating once again. I said they have active cell division. These are the only cells in the root that undergo cell division. Cells possess more number of mitochondria, lysosomes, ribosomes, etc. More number of mitochondria, lysosomes, ribosomes. Plastids are absent. There are no plastids. Chloroplast, all such plastids. Large vacuoles are also absent. Rate of respiration is very high because there is need of supplying more energy for cell division. Growth rate is slow. Growth rate is slow because only cell division is taking place, no cell elongation. That is why growth rate is slow. So these are the characteristics of meristematic zone. Auxins are synthesized in the root meristem, not in the root cap. Meristems. Is it completed? Shall I clean the board? I don't know, some people are very, very slow. They are writing so much of, they are taking so much of time to write even few lines. I don't understand how they gone through the 10th class. Of course, because of Karuna, you are able to complete your 10th class. Some I am not saying for all. Here only I have written 4 lines and you are taking so much of time, 10 minutes of time to write. If it is the tempo, then it is very difficult for you. I don't know how you people are able to follow physics and chemistry. There still more information is given than here. You must develop the speed. Remember one thing, remember. To get medical seat, two things is essential. For any medical aspirant, 2 things are essential. One is speed, other one is accuracy. Speed and accuracy. If you have these 2 things, you will be successful. You will be successful. If you don't have these 2 things, you never get medical seat. Speed. You must read the questions fastly. And you must follow the things explained by the teacher in a fast way. In a single attempt, you should get it. Accuracy. You must read options also very carefully. And at the same time, you must reach to the options in a single attempt. For this, you need a lot of concentration. You should not allow your brain to think in a different directions. Just concentrate only whatever the teacher is explaining in the classroom. First write down that. Then while sitting in the study hour, just write a note, like write again the points that you have the doubts. And all the doubts you can ask me either in the workshop or by making a direct call, something like. That is the way you have to prepare. If you go on allowing you drive your brain to think in diverse way, then you cannot reach. And one more thing is, to get the medical seat, you must learn line to line from the NCERT book. Every line you should read. Every line you should remember. And you should not put any questions like why and how. As such from the NCERT you have to learn. Some people immediately say that, sir, I don't have by-hearting ability, something like. If you don't have, now cultivate. Now start cultivating. Start learning that process. Otherwise, it is impossible to get the medical state. Both in botany and zoology, you have to do the same thing. Both in botany and zoology. Remember that. Very, very, very important aspect. So, that is about the zone of meristematic zone. Next, elongation zone is the next one. Elongation zone is found proximal to meristematic zone. This is elongation zone. Proximal to meristematic zone. Proximal to meristematic zone. Distal to maturation zone. This is maturation zone. So it is present proximal to meristematic zone and distal to maturation zone. Distal to maturation zone. What happens in elongation zone? That we have to discuss now. Elongation zone, in elongation zone, cell elongation takes place. Cell elongation. Cells present, cells formed in the meristematic zone. Please listen to me here. You can write it down later. I'll give you the time. Listen to me carefully first. Cells formed in the meristematic zone elongates. Now these cells are actually divided in meristematic zone. Such divided daughter cells, some of the daughter cells elongates or expands. How they expand? Because of cell elongation takes place because of excessive turgidity or endosmosis. Because of endosmosis or turgidity makes the cells to elongate. As a result of this, growth rate is very high in the elongation zone. As growth rate is very high, it is also called log or exponential phase. Exponential means fast multiplication or fast growth. More growth is observed in the elongation zone because the cells are elongating. That is what happens. And how the cells are elongating? Due to excessive entry of water into the cell by endosmosis. Understood? What is endosmosis? Entry of water into the cell is endosmosis. If a water exits from the cell, exosmosis. Here what happens? Endosmosis takes place. Understood? Understood? Is it clear? Is it clear? Yeah, write down now. So what happens here? Root length increases. Root length increases. Mr. Chiru, completed. What is the word after end of turgidity? Turgidity. 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 Turgidity means having turgid. Turgid means having full of water. If cell is filled with more water, it swells. Isn't it? That swelling process is nothing but turgidity. Mr. Chiru has completed. What about others? Or what is these names, man? Livingston is good. Completed. Kumar Reddy, Vignesh Chaudhary, Pawan, Arif. So almost everyone has completed. Only one fellow. Who is this fellow privately? This fellow is giving unnecessary messages. I am observing from the beginning. He is not mentioning his name. Just putting privately something. No, this is for both taproot system and adventitious root system, fibrous root system. For all the roots you can see this. That is very good doubt. This kind of arrangement is observed with all. Okay. Now, let us see about maturation zone. Please listen to me carefully. Listen to me carefully. In maturation zone, cell differentiation takes place. What happens? Cell differentiation. What is cell differentiation? Cell differentiation means it is a process of losing division capacity and allowing the cell to perform certain functions. Cell differentiation is a process of losing division capacity and allowing the cell to perform certain functions. So such process will take place in maturation zone. Means here, cell during elongation, cell has elongated. Now these elongated cells then start undergoing differentiation. Means they lose the division capacity and they start performing some functions. Functions like, say if it is in the root, absorption of water and minerals, or providing mechanical support, or transporting water and minerals. Such kind of functions will be carried. Got it? Understood? Hello? Okay. So, let us write down now. Maturation zone. It is present, found, proximal to elongation zone. Here, the cells undergo cell differentiation. Cell differentiation. Then what is cell differentiation? Cell differentiation is a process in which a cell loses division capacity and assigned with specific function. Specific function. Specific function means like protection, this phenomena itself is called cell differentiation. Write down that. Some people are very fastly writing. I don't know whether they are writing or taking screenshots. Writing, Mr. Kaushik, that's good. Vignesh Chaudhary is also writing. Vishnu Vardhan is asking me some doubt. Once explain again. I'll explain. What is the doubt you are asking? Oh, you are writing elongation zone, these functions are not done. No. In elongation zone, these functions are not done. So the cells in maturation zone perform, permanent tissues. You are right. You are right. You are right. I'm going to tell the next step is that only. So, cell differentiation leads to formation of permanent tissue. This is very, very, very important. So permanent tissues are present in maturation zone. Permanent tissues are present in maturation zone. Root secretions are done in maturation zone only. Root secretions are done in maturation zone. I'll keep this fellow in waiting room. One fellow is not having the name and having the thoughts. All those who are not having their name, I'll keep them in waiting room. Put in waiting room. And this fellow is also not having the name. So I'll put him in waiting room. One fellow is having name as 1. Mr. Chiru Itsi. Permanent tissues have the regenerate capacity, but that is different case. Now I am not going to discuss all the details. We'll get it in tissues. We'll discuss later. Will there be phloem, xylem in root cap, rhizomatic zone? In maturation zone, you can see all this, man. In maturation zone, an average plant has how much length of vegetation? 20 centimeters. It depends on the tree size. If it is tree, you can have some meters of length, not centimeters. If it is a tall tree. Now, shall I clean the board? Hello? Okay. Now, so maturation zone, xylem, phloem, and other permanent tissues. In maturation zone. And another important thing is, maturation zone is also concerned with formation of certain very fine, delicate thread-like structures. Some fine, delicate thread-like tubular structures are formed from the sum of epidermal cells called root hairs. Very important. Root hair. For example, if you think that this is epidermis, some of the epidermal cell wall elongates and forms a tubular extension like this. Now, some of the epidermal cells, not all, forms a tubular extension. Now, this tubular extension itself is called root hair. This is epidermis. And this is root hair. So, this root hair is formed from epidermal cells. Therefore, their origin is said to be exogenous in origin. Why? Formed from epidermal cells. Formed from epidermal cells. So you can find many root hairs from a maturation zone. Now these are the root hairs. Below these zones, below the maturation zone, there will be no xylem, no phloem. It is only elongating cells, it is only dividing cells. Xylem, phloem, I very clearly wrote here, are formed in the maturation zone. Then why you are again thinking about that? It is very clear here. Xylem and phloem are formed in the maturation zone. What will happen to your dead cells? If you die, what will happen? The same thing will happen to the dead cells. Xylem is composed of dead cells, but it helps in conduction. But if the root is died, nothing. Plant will also die because it cannot absorb the water. Yeah, they are wasting time. You are absolutely correct. See, you do one thing, all your doubts, write in a paper and post it to my WhatsApp group, WhatsApp number. Now, shall I clean the board? Shall I clean the board? Mr. Chiru is saying yes. Rishikesh, Dheeraj. 1 minute, one fellow is asking still. So slow, man. Yeah, it's completed, it seems, for everyone. So, and another important thing is, if you see the functions of root hair is an extension of cell wall of epidermal cells. Say if this is the epidermal cell, it is just an extension of the cell wall of epidermal cell. So, surface area of root increases. Why? Because the cell wall is extended. Surface area increases. When surface area is increased, absorption of water and minerals increases. So the function of root hair is absorption of water and minerals. Absorption of water and minerals is the main function of root hair. These root hairs, I said, are delicate, very thin, delicate thread-like structures. And they are ephemeral. Ephemeral means they are short-lived. They are short-lived. Root hair is a single cell. Root hair is a unicellular tubular structure. It's a single cell, unicellular, not multicellular. What is its use? It is useful for absorption of water and minerals. Epidermal cell wall, here the epidermis. The epidermal cell wall expands and becomes a tube-like structure so that more water can be absorbed. Yeah, like Villa, you are right. You are right. So is it completed? Two minutes you want. Like villi of digestive system, you are right. Like villi, they have root hairs. Livingston. Root hair is not meant for holding soil particles. It is only for absorption. Okay. So it seems completed, everyone. Root hair doesn't contain, it is a unicellular structure. How can it contain xylem and phloem? It is a single cell, one cell of the epidermis. See, I don't know how you people are gone to your 8th class, 9th class. These things are in there in the lower studies. I think you didn't study everything. So it's a single cell, one cell. It will not have any kind of xylem and phloem. Next, when it comes to other details of root maturation zone, the maturation zone, you are going to have a shuffling soon. Then this section becomes proper. Every root will have root hairs, whether it is adventitious root or taproot or lateral root, rootlets, all will have this root hairs. Maturation zone, lateral roots or branches of root originate from pericycle of maturation zone. This is very, very, very important. So, lateral roots have what kind of origin? Endogenous origin. Endogenous origin. And another important thing is the proximal part of maturation zone helps for mechanical support. Which part? Proximal part. Maturation zone. Helps in mechanical support and it also produces lateral roots. So lateral roots originate from here. This fellow is now asking what is pericycle. I already discussed about pericycle. I have shown in the NCERT book. Pericycle is an internal tissue present in the stele of the root. Pericycle is a tissue present in the stele of root. So do it fast. Completed. Mr. Chiru completed. Livingston completed. Yeah, I already explained the pericycle. I don't know, some of you are not listening properly and not taking care. See, this is final discussion. You don't know it. I think you know or you don't know. This is final discussion. We are not going to discuss again in the classroom. This is final discussion. Whatever we are discussing now is the final discussion. Proximal part of maturation zone. This is proximal part. Provides mechanical support. I have written here. And these zones, all these zones, what are they? Elongation zone, maturation zone, meristematic zone. You can see in main root or tap root. And also on branches of main root. Branches of root means lateral roots, rootlets, etc. And also see in adventitious roots or fibrous roots. Got it? Someone is asking me example. I can give the example. I am telling the structure of the root. Root is seen in all plants. How can I tell you the example? All plants are examples. So funny people. All plants have roots. All terrestrial plants have roots. So every root has the same structure. No difference. It's a common structure. Every human has two hands. Every human has two legs. It's a common feature for all. Similarly, root also has a common structure. I think you may lack some of the organs which are present in some other people. That is why you are getting some innovative ideas. So is it completed? Crazy doubts. You are right, man. So crazy doubts. I think they just want to waste my time, it seems. Most of them wants to waste my time. It is not correct. No, like you will be losing. I'm not going to lose anything. Today I will be here. I'll go to some other campus or some other college. But what about your life? If you waste your time, your life, you are going to like lose so much of things. See, by this time I could have completed even root modifications. Because of some people, they are very slow and writing very slowly, and I'm not able to complete. So shall I clean the board now? This section must need a shuffling. Yeah, it will happen. Very soon it will happen. See, still. Now this is about root hair. Have you drawn this diagram? Have you copied this diagram? Okay. Now, look at here. From tip of root to base. Tip of root to base. Number one, meristematic zone. What will happen here? Cell division takes place. Number two, elongation zone. Cell elongation occurs. Number three, maturation zone. Cell differentiation takes place. So here active cell division, cell elongation, cell differentiation. So permanent tissues are observed. Permanent tissues are observed in maturation zone. Maturation zone is meant for absorption of water and minerals and also provide mechanical support. Now I have a question for you. Tell me which regions of root perform absorption of water and minerals? Which regions of root perform water and minerals, absorption of water and minerals? What is one man? This zone helps in absorption of water and minerals. One or two or three? Have very clearly here written. Actually, absorption of water and minerals is done by both maturation zone and elongation zone. It also can carry absorption of water and minerals. Very, very, very important. This zone can also carry absorption of water and minerals. Both elongation zone and maturation zone. Write down, write down. Both, write down please. I am dictating the notes. Yeah, main criteria. This table is for main criteria. Both elongation zone, write down, I am dictating. I am not writing on the board. Both elongation zone and maturation zone, both elongation zone and maturation zone performs absorption of water and minerals. But this process is mainly carried by root hair zone of maturation zone. This process is mainly carried by root hair zone of maturation zone. Root hair zone of maturation zone. This process is mainly carried by root hair zone of maturation zone. Which process? Absorption of water and minerals. Yeah. This total today's discussion is this. The today's discussion is this. In addition to this, there is also root cap. Root cap. What is its function? Protects tender tip of root and allows to penetrate into the soil. This is the total discussion of today's discussion. Allows the root and put on here. what? If you have exam, what? You have to write the exam, and you should have completed preparation by yesterday itself. Okay. So this is about root zone, root hedge. I mean, terms of roots. Shall I clean the board now? Yeah. Next, I'll give you some details regarding root modification because still we have 10 more minutes. Root modifications. I said don't give any messages. I'll just put messages of. Is it happening with all classes? Only with this class? Just tell me what. Tell me this. With all it is same. How the other people are bearing you? Because I'm little bit senior. All classes the same thing. Okay. Mujwali sir is short disabled. Oh, that's very good. Mr. Karimullah. Modifications. If you continue the same kind of phenomena, I will also leave your class. If you continue this, surely I'm going to leave this class. I'll just ask management to remove this class. Surely I'm going to ask. If you continue the same kind of nature, this Yatish is saying, okay, bye, sir. Just like your first one. Okay, listen to me here. Root modification is nothing but any permanent structural change that occur in the roots to perform some additional functions. In addition to its normal functions. It's called root modification. Are of two kinds. Like we have root modifications to perform physiological functions. And also we have root modifications to perform mechanical functions. Let me give some examples under each type. We have different examples for this. Number one, Sporase roots or tuberous roots. Number 2, respiratory roots or nematophores. Number 3, epiphytic roots or velamen roots. Photosynthetic roots or assimilatory roots. Assimilatory roots. Root nodules or nitrogen fixing roots. Next, parasitic roots or Pastoria. Similarly, under this also we have different types. Pillar roots or prop roots. Number 2, tilt roots or brace roots, BRAC. Number 3, climbing roots, balancing roots. Balancing roots. రూట్ అంటే టెండ్రిల్ అంటాడు.